Alright guys, I have a problem with my cruiser, the remote keyless entry, and I've decided it's time to do something about it. So I'm going to take the original RKE module out, that's the remote keyless entry, and I'm going to wire in a aftermarket unit. So here's how we're going to do it. So the module is right underneath this dashboard. So to take out my power window switch, we just pull this out with this tool, and then I got my first screw out, and then we're gonna take this middle section out. So we gotta remove these knobs. And then this is all broken, typical Chrysler during this era. And then we can take these two screws out. Scratch that one. And I think this one's broken too. Now this dash pad's just gonna pull straight back. I'm gonna need a second hand for that. You know what I didn't do first? My A-pillars. I'm sorry guys. Look at that. Okay. Okay. Here she is in all her glory. So the problem I'm having is I'll get out and I'll go to lock the car, unlock the car. Well, typically it won't lock. I'll just hit the lock button on the remote and it just will not do anything. And so I have to lock it with the key. And when I come to unlock the car, the alarm just starts going off and causing a big scene. So I have to hurry up and get in the car, put the key in the ignition, and I'm just tired of it. So now we're going to replace it with an aftermarket unit. So now we're stuck with this plug right here. Now I'm going to give you a piece of advice if this is something you're going to look into doing. This right here. This tells me every wire I need. So here's my remote keyless entry. It tells me what every color and where it goes. We come over here. I know what wires on my fuse. We're not dealing with this, but this is the only way that I feel really comfortable about doing this with no worries. So now I can come over here and I'll know my lift gate switch, the jar, is, you know, a tan and black wire, number 14. And these will be numbered right here. So I'm sure you can't see it, but it says 26 over here and 14 right there. And that wire right there, number 14, is tan and black. So we know that wire is going to be for the tailgate ajar. So I had already wired up my door lock relays right here. I did that inside because it's too hot and muggy out here to be doing all this work outside. So here's how I wired it. So my driver's motor is going to get its own unlock, and then the 3 passenger doors will get its unlock, and then they'll all connect to one lock. So I'm going to slowly work my way through these wires, and so this is going to be my new alarm, and it'll just sit same spot right there. So, and my relays I know are not going to fit up here, so I'm probably going to send them down more. And another thing is the factory door lock switches. It's called a MUX, M-U-X. So when you lock it, it sends a 12-volt signal. When you unlock it, it sends a 12-volt signal. It just sends them at different voltage. Obviously my new factory or aftermarket alarm doesn't do that. It's going to send a negative to lock and a negative to unlock. So those switches I've already decided are just voided. So I'm going to take this out because I've ordered a new lock unlock switch. I'm going to see if I can just put a switch right in here. So let me take this out and see if that's a possibility. Okay, so we're going to fish this thing down here. I'm going to try to catch it under here and down there. So I've already wired in my door lock relays. Got an extra relay, extra wires, my door switch. So I just need to, I'm going to put my relays down here out of the way. And so I just need to take this, feed it up. Okay, I got my relays tucked in down here. Put my ground, put an eyelet on my ground, and it's behind this screw. I don't know if you'll be able to see it under there. So there's my ground. These wires are going to be for my new switch for my lock and unlock. Up here we have a couple wires that are going to get connected to some wires in here. These are going to be one of these are the lock for all the doors, and the unlock for the passengers. This wire is my lock for the unlock for the driver, and this is my 12-volt power to the relays. So now that the relays are done, we can start working on getting everything connected. See if I can make some more slack in here. Okay, so one thing I want to point out to you guys is our door ajar switch. They're negative triggered. So all the passenger doors, all 3 passenger doors, go to one place, but the driver's door is in another place. So we got wire 25 and wire 7 in the module. Now our alarm here has a entry for a door trigger and a trunk trigger. So our lift gate trigger, it's ground trigger, lift gate ajar, but it also turns the light on the dash. So I'm going to take the 25 and the 7 for all the doors and combine them both together and put them on my door trigger, and then my lift gate ajar will go to my hood trunk trigger input. So that's the really only hurdle I've had so far, and I'm going to keep going and let you know if anything else comes up. So I know you guys are super curious as to how much room we have to work with, so I'll go over a wire with you. So this is going to be our trunk or hatch wire, and it's really tight quarters in here. So that's about how much room we have. And this is going to go to my heat sink solder. That's just heating too much up because I don't have enough room, so we're just going to stick it out with the old solder gun. Alright guys, so after deliberating with myself, I'm going to put my lock switch in. You know, when I hit the unlock, I had it to where it was only going to unlock the passenger doors and not the driver's door, because the driver's on a separate switch. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these one-way diodes and put them in line to the switch. So I'll put one on the drivers and then I'll put one on the passengers. That way if I hit the driver's lock, it won't send power back to the passenger side and unlock all the doors. It'll just unlock the driver's door. So that's what I'm going to wire up right now, and I'll be back with the finished look on that. I got my switch in. Went ahead and put my light here, and I put my valet switch down here. And everything's wired up and we're working. So here it is. I used the double-sided tape it came with. I tucked my wires back under here and slowly putting it back together. And this should get rid of all my alarm problems. I hope this helps someone too. All back together. Got our lock. Oh, that's our unlock. Lock, unlock. I just noticed I didn't put my A-pillars on. Factory remote gone. Beautiful. I have no more worries about getting stranded and making a horrible noise and scene.